The female climax is a myth, a presentation.
Good evening. Today I will be discussing a topic that has plagued both men and women for hundreds, if not thousands, of years. As an intellectually charged human being and a firm believer in fair trials and unbiased debate, I will be viewing the topic from both perspectives. To begin, we will confirm our topic and also define our terms. The topic is that the female climax is a myth. Our defining terms are female, of or denoting the sex that can bear offspring or produce eggs. Climax, to achieve an orgasm. Myth, a widely held but false belief or idea. So for simplicity's sake, we could collate this information to effectively rephrase our question to be: the sex that can bear offspring or produce eggs, achieving an orgasm, is a widely held but false belief or idea. Perspective number 1, the affirmative side. The female climax is quite clearly a myth. A myth is something that we never see. Something we never see is something that isn't real. Bigfoot, ghosts, religion, Schmovid and many more. In my experience, it has never been observed. After much experience with and around women, I can confidently conclude that I have not observed any orgasmic qualities coming from any of them. This is taken from a large sample size, including family. I have a mother, a sister, an auntie, and 2 grandmothers, also schoolmates and teachers, and now university peers and professors, receptionists, checkout workers, takeaway staff, waitresses, and hairdressers, none of whom did anything other than mention orgasms at the absolute most, and this was usually in the form of punchlines for jokes and or memes. If the female climax is real, how come I've never seen it? For my next point, I would like you to consider 2 genders. Here we have males and females. In order to reproduce, the male must accomplish an orgasm inside the female in order to fertilize her eggs. Any fertilized egg or eggs is then nurtured in utero until being birthed. At no point is the female orgasm required for reproduction to occur. The female orgasm has no evolutionary purpose, and no natural selection would take place as a result of it. Speaking of natural selection, it is now time to argue that the female orgasm could be real. Perspective number 2, the negative side. The female climax could be real because women have said so. The female climax could be real because I've seen videos on the internet of women having very big ones. The female climax could be real because it has evolutionally encouraged women to reproduce. The female climax could be real because scientists hypothesize that it may be an obsolete evolutionary byproduct of how mammals would release eggs from the ovaries. The female climax could be real because scientists also hypothesize that it may be a leftover byproduct from when you were a fetus and had a little nub that was one day going to turn into either male or female genitalia. Okay, so now that both sides have been given a fair and just platform to share their points, it is now time to consider whether a conclusion can be made. Let's put 60 seconds on the consider clock, and we'll decide whether the female climax is definitely fake, definitely real, or possible. And the time starts now. And it's definitely fake. The jury has decided that it is definitely fake, a myth, and it is an attack on the glorious patriarchy. All hail the patriarchy. Thank you for joining us for today's debate. I'm glad that we could keep it gentlemanly, using only logic and reason, and leaving emotions completely out of the picture. Arigato, sayonara everyone. That means thank you and goodbye in Japanese, in case you didn't know. Bye. Misogyny.